The fallout around allegations that former President Donald Trump mishandled classified documents and the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe versus Wade, all galvanizing Democratic voters and is set to sway the balance of the midterms. Joining us now is Yahoo Finance senior columnist Rick Newman. Rick, walk us through this.
Very interesting developments. You're starting to hear some of the political forecasters say not just that the Democrats' position is improving, but something I would not have guessed, which is maybe they do have a chance to hold on to the House of Representatives and the Senate. In other words, retain control of both houses of Congress in the November midterms. I think it's still a long shot, but you're definitely seeing the gap closing in the various ways analysts measure this, things like the so-called generic ballot. Which party would you prefer to be in control of Congress? That's a regular poll that a lot of polling companies do. President Biden's approval rating still below 50%, but that's improving as well. So it does seem possible that if the Democrats continue to get breaks on inflation and some other things, maybe they have a fighting chance to keep control of Congress in November.
So it sounds like it's going to come down to where gas prices might be at once we hit October, November, Rick. Yeah,
I think that might be it. Let's remember, polls have done a poor job of predicting the outcome of elections since 2016. So maybe they're wrong this time. But, I just looked at gas prices, $3.85 today. Of course, they've come down by more than $1 since gas prices peaked around $5 in June. I'll just throw this against the wall. Let's say if gas is at $3.50 or lower, maybe that's a threshold where Democrats have a chance. And here's another one of my favorite inflation indicators, guys: avocados. Over the summer, they were 2 for $5. I don't buy them when they're 2 for $5. I shopped yesterday; they're 2 for $3. So I stocked up. So maybe grocery prices are going to come down as well.
All right, avocado hoarding back in full force at the Newman household. Rick, while we've got you here, when we think about what the everyday person who is showing up at the polls in November, what they think about the Fed, and we had heard the Fed talk about credibility and wanting to reestablish that. Does that at all play a role in where they're understanding or where they're thinking about, placing their vote in November and in the midterm elections in this broader kind of policy landscape that we find ourselves in?
I think it's simpler for most voters. I think it really is just inflation. People try to understand, what do rising interest rates mean? Why does the Fed do this? I think, every individual voter has a personal economy, if you will. And that's the economy they're going to vote on. So if rent is too high, that's bad for Democrats. If gas is too high, that's bad for Democrats. But the direction of these trends is really important, and that helps determine confidence levels, for example. So when people see things getting better, they start to feel better. Even if prices are still higher than they were a year ago, I think the crucial thing for Biden and the Democrats is getting voters to feel like things are getting better. And we know from a lot of confidence surveys, they don't feel that way. People are really bummed out, but that has a lot to do with gas prices, as we just discussed, and other things. So that is the turn that Democrats need. That's not showing up yet in sentiment data, but that is the thing to watch for over the next, what do we got, about 8 weeks here.
Hey, Rick, this is my confused face. I've known you for a while. Where are my cheap avocados? You're in the office. You could very easily bring them to me. I need to make guac this weekend.
Yeah, I could also easily bring you some tomatoes from my garden, but I'm hoarding those too, I'm sorry to say. You never know when prices are going to go back up, man.
All right, there we have it. Yahoo Finance senior columnist and tomato hoarder, Rick Newman. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Okay.